back. Still tuned into Closing Trades. Lots more to talk about then. And as we're checking in on the listing of Burger King, that stock continues to scorch the charts as for the third straight day. It continues to remain on upper circuit. But let's just talk a little bit about the sector valuation as well as for the company in specific. We've got Manoj Menon, Head of Research at ICICI Securities, now joining in. Manoj, thanks so much for taking time out. Just going by the kind of numbers that we have, if we're comparing the valuations of the likes of a Burger King at a market cap at close to 6,000 crores with an EV sales of nearly 10 times compared to its peers, the likes of Jubilant Food, with a market cap of close to 35,000 crores at 5 times EV sales FY20, or Westlife at 2.2 times with a market cap at about 6,700 crores. How are you looking at the valuation of some of these QSR stocks?
Hi. First of all, thanks for the opportunity to connect with you and the team. Look, valuations in general for discretionary over consumer staples, has been significantly different in the last 6 months or so. If you look at, let's say, even CY20, the first half was all about, let's say, Jan to June was all about staples outperforming discretionary. But whereas if you look at the likes of a Titan, Jubilant, etc., even prior to the listing, what has happened, for the second half of calendar year 20, the valuations in general of a Trent or a Titan or a Jubilant Foodworks, so the discretionary as a basket has continued to do well in the last 6 months. That's the starting point. Second is that, while we don't cover Burger King, so we have no specific view on Burger King as such, but we do cover Jubilant. It's a stock we have liked for a long period of time. It trades at about 7x EV to sales on FY22. Westlife just around 4 times EV to sales, which is the South and the West franchisee of McDonald's in India. It trades around 4 times, and we look at actually from another metric also. So we actually, also look at, let's say, what the market is thinking from, let's say, market cap per store metric based on March 2020 actual numbers. For example, a Jubilant today trades at something like 26 crore market cap per store, whereas a Westlife around 21 and a Burger King on actual March 2020 at 28 crore. So, I think there is something in the market probably looking at some of the newer IPOs versus a Jubilant and Westlife, from a forward point of view is what I could say.
Okay, but the question is, do you think that for Burger King, with the valuations that it's currently commanding, basis the kind of, financials in comparison where the same-store sales growth have been at a negative 0.30 for FY20, that it's worth this valuation, or do you think Burger King is overvalued?
Okay, let me address this slightly differently because, as institutional analysts, so as institutional, analyst, for me, I don't have a forecast on Burger King currently, so I won't be, able to comment about Burger King forecast. But what I can tell you is based on our published view on both Jubilant and Westlife is that we believe that Jubilant is a significantly, superior business model, and McDonald's as a brand, has got a certain set of, premium which it commands because, of the global benefits what it gets from a McDonald's, franchise point of view, and even from a consumer perception point of view. And more importantly, it's important to understand that McDonald's has been in India for like last 25 years, in the burger space. So, in our view, Jubilant is a known, proven business model within the QSR space, which is free cash flow generating. And McDonald's as a brand, while Westlife, is just about becoming profitable as we speak, but as a brand, it's a brand which is probably far better than many other QSR brands in the country currently.
You're seeing value within the QSR space, given that there has been quite a bit, given that there is opportunity, but it continues to remain very limited.
Yeah, I completely agree. Look, I think this is not a sector, wherein we would actually talk about value. Because, in the entire consumption space, I think, it's really not about value. It's actually about what is the appropriate cost of capital, which you would want to, ascribe to a stock, and then what's your upside based on that. in a different way, what I'm essentially saying is that consumption stocks are expensive because these are essentially the zero debt companies, and the market looks at it very differently from a predictability point of view. So valuations actually has been expensive in the consumption sector for a very long period of time. Within that, the discretionary companies like Domino's, Jubilant, or McDonald's, Westlife has obviously commanded a far higher premium, because the market or the consensus, the investors appears to be willing to pay up for the long-term opportunity upfront. And I'm not, or rather I would think that as an analyst, it's really not going to change materially in the medium term. So we still like the discretionary plays, whether it's a Jubilant, Westlife, or another discretionary which I cover, which is Titan, Sheela Farm. There are quite a few names which we actually like in the discretionary as a basket.
Right, we'll let you go on that note. Thanks so much for joining in and giving us, a better idea of the valuation play within the QSR space and how we've looked at the performance of Burger King so far. 20% upper circuit yet again for that stock. Let's take a short break right here on the show at 13,668 with lots more lined up when we return on Closing Trade.